Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia with Explain America with breaking news. Another assassination attempt on President Trump's life. He has survived. Folks, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're not watching us on YouTube, please make sure you follow that address in the lower right-hand corner, youtube.com/@Explain America for the latest news. Guys, we know right now that former President Donald Trump, according to all sources with CNN, the New York Post, was the victim of an assassination attempt at his Florida home on the golf course. Apparently, the suspect had an AK-47, a backpack, and a GoPro camera. They fled the scene on foot. The Secret Service saw the barrel of a gun, tackled the president, chased the suspect, exchanged fire with him, and now apparently have him surrounded or arrested. At this point, the suspect, we believe, is in custody. President Trump is safe, but folks, this is the second assassination attempt on this man, the second attempt on this man's life. And we're in September, the election's in November. Guys, I'm not going to bore you with anything right now. I'm going to get you to the details from this report. Please watch this. Let me know what you think in the comments.
As fast as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm. And John Miller, I'd love to put you on the spot one more time because from your sources, we're learning all of this new information from, the shots being fired shortly after 2 p.m. I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind one more time telling us what you're learning from your sources based on the sequence of events that they're reporting what happened.
So, again, preliminary information is that the former president was on the golf course playing golf, being guarded by his Secret Service detail, that shots were fired coming from the direction of a tree line, we are told, that Secret Service returned fire towards that shooter and pursued an individual, and shots were exchanged, and that witnesses say an individual was seen fleeing, apparently in a car. A description was given and put out. License plate readers were searched, and a car stop was made by local law enforcement where an individual is being detained. We do not know whether that individual is the shooter or just someone who fit the description or was in a similar car. They were in the process of trying to get witnesses who saw the individual who was shooting and fleeing to make that identification. And of course, they're investigating that individual and his background. The gun that was recovered with a backpack, and we are told a GoPro camera. So those things are all going to have extreme relevance. What's in the backpack? What other things may be there that could be evidence? Additional ammunition, perhaps maps or directions. What is that weapon? That will be the job of ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, to determine the serial number on that weapon and trace it at least to the point of sale. And then at that retailer, they can find out to whom it was sold and when. Florida gun laws are relatively lax in that once you obtain a weapon, you are able to sell it to other people. So they'll be going through that to see if it connects to the gunman. As we saw in the last attempt on President Trump's life, the gun actually led them to the identification of the gunman because its point of sale was to his father and then to him. So a lot of wheels turning right now.
Yeah, all very fascinating.
I would also say
Go
that
ahead.
A good deal of this reporting also comes from Kristen Holmes, who, of course, covers the Trump campaign and all of his movements with us, and was confirmed by my sources. So we're getting this from a couple of directions.
Exactly, and she's doing additional reporting, so she'll be joining us again very soon as well. So back to the backpack and the AK-47 that were recovered. Well, we just had the conversation about a warrant would be needed, most likely to best preserve and protect what information is garnered from the vehicle. In this case, it was left behind, if I heard you correctly the first time around. It was left behind. There wouldn't be a warrant needed, but there could instead be a search conducted right away in that backpack, and that kind of tracing of information of the AK-47 can happen immediately, correct?
It can, but they're going to be very careful in the handling of these things. I mean, depending on where that gun was found. Right now, we are operating on the information that it was found near the scene. If it was found in the car, that would be one further thing tying that individual to the alleged crime, but that's not what we have right now. And again, as Chief Ramsey pointed out, and Chief Ramsey's been around a long time and he's lived this experience, the first story is never right. But what we believe that the information we're getting from our sources, which is the flash reporting coming from law enforcement on the scene, is going to be a pretty close composite to how this unfolded. That gun will have to be processed for DNA, for fingerprints. So